for the dialogue. And but it's been fun. I think it's worth it just to make a universal game that like any language can play. People who can't read, kids can play it, understand it.
Yeah, and then you don't have to worry about language barriers or translations. It's just it tells the story through the visuals, which is
right. And this cutscene right here is kind of showing the intro of the story, which is like 5 years before the start of the game. Your circus burns down, and as you play the game. Well, it starts in a dream, which you'll see in a second. But as you play the game in the real world, you'll see that like everyone in the world kind of doesn't like you. They think you're a monster. They think you kind of maybe caused the fire. You know, you're kind of a local legend in a bad way. You know,
it's like misunderstood.
Yeah, yeah. He just wants to hug people, man.
Oh, he just wants to hug.
He just wants to hug people. There's even a hug icon.
I'm one. Any game with lots of hugs in, I am totally won over.
Yeah. So here's kind of the opening area. It's a dream, and you'll return to dreams throughout the game as a way of giving exposition on his history. You know, because we have no text, so that's a way to do it. You can kind of mess with stuff. Oh, I don't know. That's not working. Oh, that's weird. Anyway,
I mean, how easy it is, you know, if you find to get people to get into this world without text? Because so many games, you know, the first 10, 20 minutes of the game is a lot of text, a lot of exposition, just to get the player to understand how to play the game. How have you tackled that?
It's pretty immediate just because of his character and how his character is. You'll see when you wake up in the real world, but.
Oh, that tongue looks very evil.
Oh, yeah, this is how you exit a dream.
Oh, my God.
So there's a dream world in the game. It's another kind of whole open world area, but you can only dream for a minute or two at a time, and then the mouth will come out and eat you, and then you wake up again. And that's a way to pass time because some puzzles depend on it being day or night. So if you go back to bed again, then you'll re-enter the dream world for a little bit, and then you'll wake up at the time that you wanted to wake up.
Who's the cute little puppy? Oh,
that's your companion.
Oh, my God.
You're going to get more of them, too.
Can you give him hugs?
Yeah, you can give him a hug.
Oh,
Check it out.
God.
Here's the hug icon. Boom. Give him a little hug.
Oh, my God.
Oh, look at.
Oh, that's too cute.
Oh,
and he's got the wavy hands of happiness as well.
Yes, he does.
Amazing
And
stuff.
like the dog can kind of do things that you can't, like get under the fridge and get this little coin here.
Oh, wow. So he actually becomes part of the gameplay.
Yeah, and like the other animals one can reach high places and one can, you'll see.
Oh, yeah, I want to see so much more. There's so much to do with this game. I mean, obviously, you know, point-and-click games are having a bit of a renaissance now with, you know, games like Walking Dead and things like that. I mean, how hard is it to go back to the traditional kind of point-and-click now that people's language and interpretation of point-and-click games has changed so much?
I would say this isn't quite traditional. It is in the sense that, you know, you have an inventory but I don't know. I've always enjoyed the genre. And I kind of axed out a lot of the things that I just really hated about adventure games. I went to, while I was first starting to make this and replayed a few of the old adventure games. Okay, he wants snack cakes. So we're going to oblige.
Wow, and he actually pulls his pants down to...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he grabs the snack cakes right out of his pants.
That's incredible.
He wanted Dropsy's Twinkie. Anyway, so...
Oh, the Twinkie.
Yeah, he got it. So, yeah, there's your dad. He's a hard-working guy. That's who you live with.
Wow.
After the fire. See, that's your stitched together tent, you know, after the fire.
Oh, yeah, and all the stitching on where it's been replaced.
Yeah, and that's kind of an example of, like, you know, storytelling in the environment.
That comes across in a game like this where, you have no dialogue or have no text. You've got to tell so much of the story with visuals. But, you know, if that's done completely well, it's so much more, you know, instinctive for the player to take it in.
Right, yeah. That's something that we put a lot of thought into. Like our documents that we're using to design the game are just full of little notes about making things very clear in the environment. Like we have a spreadsheet with a lot of environmental things in it, and then there's a section that says, you know, okay, add this here to give players a little hint that something happened in the past here. Or, you know, we do put a lot of thought into, like, planning, even the layout of the stages. Everything is north, south, east, and west in this game, so there's not a lot of different angles. But that, I feel like, makes it a little bit more logical when you get a world map.
Especially, as you say, you've got a big open world, you've got a day-night cycle.
Yeah.
You know, you want to keep the other things, I guess, simplistic to allow them things to accentuate themselves.
Right. And you got this kid he's a little scared of you.
I think he needs a hug, surely. Or is he-
Yeah, he needs a hug. He'll get one.
Oh.
He'll get one.
Any game where there's hugs, I'm already won over. Like,
Yeah. Oh, you know, just for PAX, we left the nightclub open day and night.
oh, nice.
Just so you can go bust a couple moves here. Do
Oh, wow.
twerking.
Oh, twerking is sometimes a
twerking
bit
is-
controversial on Twitch, so I think Dropsy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, Dropsy, he drops.
He can do
what
it.
he wants.
Okay.
He's got the power of the hug, so he can circumvent that.
Okay, good.
And you know, going back to the as you say, I'm fascinated by the lack of text, but you know, real good storytelling. You know, you show, you don't tell, and I
Yeah.
think this will come across so beautifully in a game like this.
That's what we're trying to do. Like, you show, you know.
And you know, is there any inspirations you've got for this game? Obviously, you know, it's easy to say like Sam and Max or Day of the Tentacle, but is there any other?
Definitely the LucasArts games were huge, but I would say Earthbound is a really
Wow.
big inspiration aesthetically and with the way we built the world. Because I just love how it's like this weird, they're looking at America through this weird lens, and you fight like crazy hippies and like all this stuff that's normal, like you use baseball bats and yo-yos, you know, it's like normal culture stuff to us, but it's all in this, it's presented in this really weird, off-kilter way. Oh, listen. Yes, I just recorded those fart sounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fart sounds and hugs. It's like
Fart sound, yeah, you can.
it's all you really need.
I should hug more people, I think. But yeah,
I mean, how long do you think the game will be when it's completed?
it's so hard to say because there's a lot of optional content. If you do everything, I would put it at 5 to 7 hours.
Okay.
If you just go straight through, probably a lot less. Probably like 2, 3 maybe.
Oh, so I see like all these, like when you've moused over that woman there, that her icons above her head, that's replacing what would normally be told in text.
Yeah, like you talk to her and she's like, I hope most people would get that she's
hungry.
Yeah. And so there's a little.
I really think it's really exciting to see that because I think, you know, as soon as you put text in a game like this, it kind of slightly removes you from the world.
It does, because you're reading while guys are doing their idle animations.
Yeah, and you're just kind of getting out of that aesthetic vibe that you've kind of so beautifully worked on. You know, it's going to be so good just to completely give yourself over to the world without any text or dialogue or any of those kind of barriers to kind of giving yourself over to it.
Right. And so I'll listen to this sermon here, because that's the only way I can get a sandwich.
Oh, you got to pay in this life.
Yeah. All right.
And so what systems are you intending to release this for?
So it's definitely going to be PC, Mac, and Linux.
Awesome.
We want to get mobile, like, you know, tablets out, iOS and Android, but we have to optimize it a little bit for that, because I put way too many effects and crazy stuff in there. But yeah.
But you can see that. You can see like just every screen that we've seen so far, and I imagine this is such a small slice of the game. But you know, there's so much love and care. I'm a huge fan of pixel art, a huge fan of these kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, what is this place?
Oh yeah, this is at night when you come into the record store. You got some, you know, band playing. You can get a tape, and that's an alternate solution for the church puzzle, because you know they got a little cassette player in there, so you can kind of distract the lady and take the sandwich if you want.
Also, I imagine there's lots of things there that don't necessarily contribute to the main narrative story.
Lots,
but things that you can just do to enrich the whole experience.
Yeah, and a lot of these people that you help will return. Oh yeah, I can't go in there at night. Will return the favor later on in the game without saying too much. Like, the story does unfold into a pretty crazy. Like, there's an iceberg thing where I've planned so much mythos and lore for this world and stuff, and these characters all have little stories for them and stuff.
Yeah, so it's almost like you're doing kind of that script writing where you have a character's history, but you never show that to the audience. It's just there within the tapestry of the world, and echoes of it come across. Yes,
and there's a lot of stuff like like an iceberg that a lot of people may never even see. But I hope as we design the world and are conscious of those things. Oh, now I can hug her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that hug! Every time it gets me right in the feels.
I know.
That little dog following you, I'm won over already.
Aw. Well, another thing is when you hug people and you do a successful hug, and you go back to your room, and we do need to put a little cutscene to illustrate this.
Okay.
There will be a coloring on the wall of the people. Oh, let me hug this guy. Hold on. He's too cool for a hug, so...
You can't be too cool for a hug. Oh, just a fist bump.
Yeah, but it works.
It works.
We consider that a hug.
Oh.
So, Dropsy colors... You know, she's sad, but I don't have time to do her puzzle.
You're just going to leave her there.
I'm leaving her.
Oh.
Play the game and make her happy.
Oh, I'll have to now. I can't just leave her crying in the park.
Oh, hold on. Here we go. Gotta...
You can literally hug a tree.
I don't want to... I'm going to spoil this, but if you hug him every day for like 20 days, his face will slowly shift into a smile.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Little details in games like that really do it for me. You know, it looks like an absolutely incredible game.
For the dialogue, and but it's been fun. I think it's worth it just to make a universal game that like any language can play. People who can't read, kids can play it, understand it.
Yeah, and then you don't have to worry about language barriers or translations. It's just it tells the story through the visuals, which is
right. And this cutscene right here is kind of showing the intro of the story, which is like pretty immediate just because of his character and how his character is. You'll see when you wake up in the real world, but
oh, that tongue looks very evil.
Oh yeah, this is how you exit a dream.
Oh my God.
So there's a dream world in the game. It's another kind of whole open world area, but you can only dream for a minute or two at a time, and then the mouth will come out and eat you. That's a way to do it. You can kind of mess with stuff. Oh, I don't know. That's not working. Oh, that's weird. Anyway, I
mean, how easy it is, you know, if you find to get people to get into this world without text? Because so many games, you know, the first 10, 20 minutes of the game is a lot of text, a lot of exposition, just to get the player to understand how to play the game. How have you tackled that?
It's 5 years before the start of the game. Your circus burns down, and as you play the game, well, it starts in a dream, which you'll see in a second. But as you play the game in the real world, you'll see that like everyone in the world kind of doesn't like you. They think you're a monster. They think you kind of maybe caused the fire. You know, you're kind of a local legend in a bad way. You know,
it's like misunderstood.
Yeah, you're a he just wants to hug people, man.
Oh, he just wants to hug.
He just wants to hug people. There's even a hug icon.
I'm one. Any game with lots of hugs in, I am totally won over.
Yeah. So here's kind of the opening area. It's a dream, and you'll return to dreams throughout the game as a way of giving exposition on his history. You know, because we have no text, so